He said he needed space. Now he's choking on loneliness. When Liam told me he needed space, I actually laughed not because it was funny, but because it sounded rehearsed, like a line from a bad breakup movie. We'd been together for 3 years, the kind of couple who finished each other's sentences and ordered the same food without asking. We had plans, real ones, an apartment, a dog, maybe even marriage someday. So when he stood there, hands shoved in his pockets, saying he needed to find himself, all I could do was blink and ask, find yourself where? Liam? In outer space? He didn't even smile, just gave me that guilty, faraway look and muttered, I just feel trapped. That word hit harder than I expected. I wasn't a cage. I was his partner, but that night, he packed his things, kissed my forehead, and said, you'll thank me one day. Spoiler, I didn't. At first, I told myself I'd be fine. I even made a joke about it to my best friend, saying, hey, at least now I'll have more closet space. But late at night, when the bed felt too big and his cologne still lingered on the pillow, pretending didn't work, I'd scroll through his social media, pretending I wasn't looking for signs of regret. Instead, I found him at bars, laughing with new people, looking lighter, freer. Every photo felt like a tiny punch to the gut. I wanted to be the cool ex, the one who glows up, not breaks down. So I did what heartbreak makes you do. I rebuilt myself. I started running in the mornings, cut my hair shorter, threw myself into work slowly. I started feeling good again, even confident. My friends noticed. First, you look happier, they said, and maybe, for the first time, it was true. Then, out of nowhere, he texted me just one line, hey, can we talk? I stared at it for a long time, my thumb hovering over reply. Part of me wanted to ignore it. The other part, the one that still missed him, needed to know what he had to say. So I left him on read for a day, let him taste a little of the silence he'd left me in. When I finally answered, we agreed to talk on the phone. His voice trembled when he spoke. I made a mistake. He said I thought I needed space. But what I needed was you. There it was. The line every heartbroken person secretly dreams of hearing. But instead of joy, I felt calm, detached, like I was listening to someone else's story. He confessed how lonely he'd been, how every night out felt empty, how he tried dating but no one got him like I did. Apparently, his new freedom had lost its shine fast. I listened quietly, letting him pour his heart out, and when he asked if we could meet, I agreed, not because I wanted him back, but because I needed to see if he was really the same person I once loved. We met at our old cafe, the one where he used to steal fries off my plate. He looked nervous, fidgeting with his cup, trying to find the right words. You look amazing, he finally said. I smiled. That's because I am. His eyes softened, and I could tell he wanted me to say something comforting, something forgiving, but I'd outgrown the version of me who waited for his validation. We talked for a bit, about work, life, how things had changed. When he asked if I ever thought about us, I told him honestly, sometimes, but mostly, I think about how much I've grown since you left. That was the truth. His space gave me room to discover who I was without him. As I walked away that day, he called after me. Maybe someday, we can try again? I turned, smiled, and said, maybe, but not today. He looked down, and I could almost feel the weight of his regret. Funny thing, the space he wanted so badly ended up being the thing that suffocated him. Turns out, when you push away someone who gave you love, the silence that follows can be louder than any argument. Would you ever take someone back after they realized too late what they lost? Tell me in the comments. I really want to know how you'd handle it.